Hi, my name is Donnie Broussard Cormier, and I'm the funny one.
I'm married to.
What's your name?
My name is Derek Broussard Cormier, and I'm married to the funny one.
Currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia, where I...
You live with me.
Well, of course, you're my husband. Of course you live with me. This one story comes to mind where Derek actually called me one day, because we were friends at the time before we started dating, and wanted me to come out and just so happened to help him with his flat tire that he had. So, you know, of course, he was on the side of the road or at this gas station, and it just seemed strange, you know, that this flat tire just happened out of nowhere. I really think I really think you wanted to spend, you know, me to come and help you
don't flatter yourself.
and save you in that situation. That's what I think. Just me.
It was not intentional at all.
Okay.
I didn't know how to change a flat.
Do you know now?
I'll still call you.
Yeah.
He was dating someone at the time, and I don't know, we kind of just sparked a friendship, and one thing led to another, and I told him it's either me or the other one. and he chose me. But just to be clear, I'm not a homewrecker. That home was wrecked before I got there. And here we are 10 years later.
But love a little bit of city, but love the country as well. And that's what brought us to Atlanta, because it kind of gave us a little bit of both.
I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, and I went to Lafayette High, which is predominantly Caucasian, but you know, mixed group of people. So coming here, I wasn't used to so many black people, and that may sound weird because I'm black, but I'm just not.
And all of your family is black.
I know, but I know, but I was kind of scared. The first time we visited, we went out to a nightclub, and I got so uncomfortable I started crying because I was just not used to being around that many black people. I stepped out on faith and I said, let's just move, you know, whatever. Now it's home. It's home. I like black people. They're fun.
So, in moving to Atlanta, our first impressions about the city was that there are a lot of black people here, and there is a really, really large gay population here as well. You know, which for us, you know, they were both pluses. You know, especially from the place in Louisiana that we come from. You know, those two things were different.
It's like a completely different world from how we grew up. It really is. It's comforting now, because we know we're not alone. We're not the only two gay black people.
We talked about names.
We did. You didn't want to change your last name.
And I wasn't going to change my last name.
And I really didn't want to change mine. So
now it's kind of a thing where people, you know, they
make up their own.
They'll make up their own name. They'll mix and match the names together, which is cool, which is good, if yours makes sense. Brumier, Cobb Trail, Trail Cobb, Corn on the Cob. The broom thing just completely threw me for a loop.
Bromye. No, it's Bromye.
It was Brumier. Oh no, that has more of a
Bromye.
French kind.
Bromye.
But that ain't us. That we can't use that either. Cosard.
Cosard.
We said Cosard. Now we was doing too much with a Cosard. That I can't even begin to think about where that came from.
I don't. We were just writing. We were trying to Courtyard or something like that.
Courtyard. No. And just imagine having to be a child going to school with these names. That's one of the things that made me take a step back. You still like Cobb Trail?
I like Cobb Trail.
And ain't gonna be no Cobb Trails around here.
Where's our crime days?
No Cobb Trails. This is a no Cobb Trail zone. So he came home one day and he was really talking about us going through the process of adoption, so that, you know, we could have our own child.
And we talked about having kids first because we already had the house, and we were trying to decide, okay, pay for the wedding or go through the adoption process, which are both expensive. So we chose the more expensive thing, which was adoption, to get that out of the way first. But we also knew that none of us is getting any younger. There's a 7-year gap between our ages, and I know
21 and I'm 28.
What?
Oh.
Oh. We're getting any younger, so we had to speed up that process. And we decided on open adoption through the IAC because we knew once Dax got of age, he might have questions that we just can't answer. So we decided to chose open adoption because he had, especially if he had any other siblings, family members, that type of stuff. And
when you talked about adoption and we talked about open adoption, I didn't know what it was.
it was scary.
I didn't understand it. Adoption basically is just where you, as the adopting parent or parents, commit to, still keeping the lines of communication open between the child and the birth mother. You agree to do that. Child is still yours. Once everything is finalized through the courts, there's nothing anybody can do to come back and try to take your child, which was some of the misconception that we had at the beginning of the process. I said to myself, and Derek and I, we kind of agreed that, I don't think that there was a better way to actually do it. Because we didn't want to hide anything from our child. Because clearly neither one of us are his mother. So,
more so putting myself in the child's position. Once I got of age, say I was a teenager or whatnot, I don't want to know what my mom looks like, if I have any siblings, father, that type of stuff. And we didn't want to take that right or that option away from him if he chooses to go that route. I mean, luckily now we do see his mom and his siblings once every
few months,
3-4 months. We get together, like the last time they came to the house, I cooked and whatnot, and it was good.
And as a couple, we put together a birth mother letter. So basically with the letter, they actually get to review the letter and basically pick who they want to select to be the individual to raise their child. She saw our letter and
we were the only gay black men on the site with the IC at the time. The only one.
And she said that that's the reason why she picked us.
This was in November of 2012.
Yeah.
Dax wasn't supposed to be born until February, March, but he came the next month.
There was absolutely nothing that was going to stop us from starting our family.
No, not even money.
It was 2 months before we expected Dax to actually arrive, and
at 2 a.m. on December 27th.
With a house full of family, Christmas just over, so we got family that's going to be leaving and trying to go home and do all these things, and we get the call at 2 a.m.
2 o'clock in the morning. She said, "Well, he's here."
And
what?
And we were like, "Who's here?"
Who? The baby. I'm like, well, what happened? Didn't have time for meds, nothing. He just came out as soon as she delivered. She called us, which was sort of a bummer because she wanted us to be in the room with her.
Yeah.
And it was kind of scary because he was so small.
I mean, as soon as we got up, that morning, we rushed over to the hospital to make sure that he was okay and that she was okay. And the first time we saw him, and he was in the NICU, and he was hooked up to all of these machines because he was only 4 pounds when he was born. But I think we shared that moment together when we looked over at his little face and see him smile. Yeah, for the first time. And when I saw that smile, I knew, even though he's in the NICU right now, I knew everything was going to be okay.
His birth mom looked at him and she said, "He looks like a Dax." Because she let us name him, which was awesome. She said, "Yeah, he looks like a Dax." And she's like, "Go ahead, hold him." And of course, I'm nervous because he's 4 pounds and I think I'm going to break him. I must have held Dax for, I don't even know how long. I just couldn't stop looking at him. And then I found out that you
Yeah, then I got my turn.
But with open adoption, especially here in the state of Georgia, birth mother has 10 days to change her mind after the birth of the child. Well, that's 10 days after he's been released from the hospital. Dax was in the hospital for 3 weeks.
So we had
3 weeks plus
and
10 days.
In a moment, the birth mother can call in to the adoption agency and say, "Hey, I don't want to go move forward with this." We thought about other options. We thought about surrogacy and all and all those different options, but we knew that at the end of this process, no matter what happened, we would come out of it, with our child. I think, like, you know, a lot of times people will ask, you know, what's the benefits of having two fathers, and I don't think we see it, you know, in that particular way. We look at it as the child having two loving and caring parents.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of different family dynamics. You'll find a family dynamic where there's a grandmother and a mom trying to help raise the kids that she already has. So we look at it in the dynamic of having two loving parents that want the best for this child, and you know that's just how we see it. The fact that we happen to be two men that's between us and, you know, what we love and what we want.
Who's the mom? Who's the dad? Like, oh, here we go.
Who's the mom? Who's the dad?
Yeah, that's not what it is.
We clearly two men. Hello.
With the original parts.
So that's,
our friends would argue.
Dynamic.
My friends would argue that on the mother.
Oh, well, because you kind of, you know.
No, don't do it.
I mean, you're not a mom. You're not. But you have this thing, you know, like. But you're not a mom. You're dada. We love him unconditionally. And we strongly feel that he loves us the same way right now. And I think that's all that matters.
Dax, to me, I love my son with everything that I have. When I look at him, I see hope. I see a breath of fresh air. Hear him laugh, to see him smile. And when he says, love you, thank you, even like the little things, it makes your world okay. There's this little boy running around here who loves you, doesn't really even know you that much, only known you for 3 years, not even 3 years yet. And you know that's unconditional love. And for me, I'll be forever grateful for his mom for giving us that blessing.
Very bright kid. But he be running around here like a fullback, baby. He be running around. We're playing with that football. We're playing catch. We're doing all of that up in here.
Dex is not playing football. It's not happening.
What you mean?
It's not. Like I said earlier.
Why?
Maybe when he's older, high school, 8th grade, maybe. But
8th grade is gonna be too late. We working on those agilities right now.
He's a bright kid. He'll catch on fast.
He'll catch on fast, but Derek, you gotta have the.
He's not playing football.
We gonna have to table this for a discussion at another time, because I better what?
Buy another table. But play other sports besides football. I'll be okay with basketball, baseball, tennis, any other, whatever. He's not playing football right now.
We'll save that discussion for a later time, and that's what it's
Talk
gonna
to
be.
me after he graduates.
No, we ain't doing that. But you don't make the final decision, though. Like, we don't do that. We talk. We put everything on the table. We talk about it, and then
I make
the best. Now, come on, now. Don't do this on TV. He has to continue the legacy. His uncle was a state champion in football.
Joe?
Yes, Jay, the man. He was a champion. Ed was a football player. Kevin Falks put the legacy in place, very close to the family.
Very good.
Went all the way to the top, and I think he got the bones to make it happen.
Okay.
We'll take
Maybe he'll just play an instrument. We'll do that.
Me in the band.
Yeah, I can do it. Or you sing in the choir like me.
Oh, okay.
It's very safe.
If he wants to play football, he will play football.
When he's old.
Next question.
He's not playing football. I'm just being honest.
This world gives our family the opportunity to show everyone in America that our family is just like yours. You know, we have our good times, we have our struggles, but there's love here. There's so much love. Dax is the center of our world, and he's just, you know, really helped to you know, bring out the love between the two of us, you know, even more. Even more.
Yeah. You know, we still have our same struggles, same issues. We both go to work, both pay bills, maintenance on the house, that kind of stuff. Dax is still going through his terrible twos right now. We're dealing with that, diapers, potty training, all that stuff. But we love him to death. He's the center of our world. This is Dax's world. We just in it. But he's still not playing football.